This is not on. It says it's live, but I don't.
It's live and you see the feed here.
The Go Me, and for several reasons. Here's the Go Me. I would not recommend you purchase this for your first cutter. I know it's the cheapest. I know. The reason why I wouldn't recommend this one is because if you're brand new, it's really stiff. First of all, just getting going, just cutting, when you first take it out of the box and you want to cut, it's very stiff. When I got this one, I thought it was faulty. This is what it did to the dies. It literally took the foam. Let me see if I can find it. It took the foam. There we go. See if I can show it to you. See if you can see that. Oh, that way. Can you see where the foam lifted up? Let's get closer. That way. It literally took the lip off the foam off, just trying to get it through. And I was only putting 2 layers of fabric through. I was literally going to send it back. And then I heard someone say that just put some paper through and run it through, and then put more paper until it starts to give a bit. But if you're brand new and you've never used the system, that is definitely off-putting. You're going to feel like you're doing something wrong, and that's not a good way to start. So I absolutely positively would not recommend this unless it was a used one that you'd got from, you know, your nan or your gran or something like that. Somebody else has used it before, because it's so tight. That's the number one reason I would not get a Go Me to get started. The second reason, I wonder if I've got any fabric. And no fabric. She has no fabric. Oh, yes, here we go. I'll just take a bit here of my design board. Right. The second reason I would not recommend the Go Me to start with, not ever, but to start with, is because you have to cut all of your quilt pieces or your rough cuts to the size of the die. Let me show you. There's no room, tilt it a bit, there's no room to have the tail of the fabric. You have to cut it to the size of the die, because it won't go through. You can't have a tail. So in other words, a strip of fabric and then you just cut, move it along, cut, move it along, cut. You can't do that with this. It's just too finicky. I think this is perfect for somebody who knows how to do it. This is perfect for you, but not quite perfect for somebody who's just getting going, because there's too many, I'd say, roadblocks in the way. And the third reason why I would not recommend the Go Me is because several times a year, AccuQuilt actually give it away for free. That's how I got this one. I think usually around Christmas, or usually about Christmas time, I think they do it. If you order a certain amount of products. Oh, other comments. Okay, my husband's gone and I can't do this at the same time, but I will get back to you soon, Hayley Hill. Hi. Right, the other reason is because they'll give it to you for free. I think I spent $500 around Christmas time, and they threw this in for free. So that means that potentially somewhere down the line you can get this for free, so why buy it? So my recommendation for your first cutter would be a Go. Yes, it's a manual for sure, but it's sleek and it folds up and it's all on its own, and I would recommend the Go for your first cutter. It's smooth. When you put your fabric on and you pass your dies through, it is smooth. And you can have a tail, and that is really important. It's less cutting. So Sue Haley Hale says, also, if you use the strip die in the Go Me, there's not any room on the side for extra material to feed through. That you have to You're my girl, Sue. Exactly. That's exactly my point. And absolutely would not want, for a beginner there's so much going on to learn with AccuCore, I would not want them to be, I wouldn't want their journey to be stymied, to be cut short, or they feel like I just can't, because it's enough to feel like I can't do it without the cutter not working correctly. And so absolutely, Sue, that is exactly my point exactly. So what else would I say? So yes. So Sue, what have you got? What cube did you purchase? Put that in the comments. I'd really like to know. I suppose the Go. What is it? Ready, Set, Go. Ready, Set, Go. I suppose if you had, where I think that would come in really fantastic is if you had a loved one and you're like, honey, I'd like this for Christmas. It's perfect. It's all in one. They don't have to, because please just give it to them straight. They don't want to know, 18 things. If you just give them one thing to buy, they're really good with that. They just click the link, put their credit on the credit card, and they're out the door. They're like that. If you start saying, could I have that cutter with this cube, with that strip cut, with this mat, with that would be great. Thank you, honey. They'd be like, it might be a cold Christmas for you, because I'm not sure. In fact, just take the card and get it. And that's not quite the same. Oh, Sue has the 8, the 10, and the 12. I have the 8. What have I got? I've got the 8, the 9, and the 12. And I bought the 9. That was my first cube that I ever bought, because it was the biggest one that went through this. Now you're saying to yourself, you just said don't buy it. How do you have one? I have a Go Baby. That's how long I've been in the game. I have a Go Baby. They've rebranded it. That is how long I've been in the game. So if you have this, the biggest cube that can go through this is the 9 cube. So that's why that was my first cube I ever purchased, and it sat on the shelf with the Go Baby and my Ohio Star Bob die and my 2-inch strip die that just sat on the shelf for years, actually, which is one of the reasons. I'll tell my story another time, but this is one of the reasons why I started the group, because I literally invested in this whole system, and 2 things happened. I couldn't work it out, and then AccuCore stopped selling to the particular shopping channel that I was addicted to. I would hold my hand up and admit that. And they stopped selling to that shopping channel. So there was no access to it, and no more training, and no more anything. So, and I didn't know what I was doing. I'm actually a seamstress. That's my background. I'm just like Erica. I make clothes. I used to teach women how to make clothes. I did workshops and things like that. So that's how I came into this. And to be honest with you, I truly thought that all you cruelty people were quite nuts. What kind of sane person cuts up beautiful fabric into small pieces and sews it back up together? No, those people are nuts. Now I'm one. Now I'm a crazy person, and I love it.
We're all in it together.
And we're all in it together. So when it comes, so if you wanted to sort of like make your own bundle, I would. So which strip cutter would you get then? Well, if you're only going to use your strip cutter to make a binding, then I would say go with the whatever binding you use. A lot of people do 2 1/4. I'm a 2 1/2 girl, but I really wrap it round quite tight. I kind of scooch my needle over a bit more, so I get more of the binding on the front. I've got to show you one of these days. And then, so I don't do a 1/4 inch on the front. I scooch it over just a hair over, and then I wrap it round, because I find with a 2 1/2 inch strip, if I do a 1/4 inch as I sew it on the front and then turn it round, I got a whole lot of the stuff on the back, and I'm like, it looks out of, it's not balanced. So I hair over more than a 1/4 inch, and then I sew on the front, and then I wrap it round, and then I can have a really nice tight wrap around, and I love that. So fantastic. So if you don't know what binding you normally do, or you have no idea what I'm even talking about, get the 2.5 strip die. Absolutely, hands down. There's so much you can go do with the 2.5 strip, and it's not just for binding. So I would absolutely recommend that. If you only can get one strip die, then get that one for sure. So is there anything else that I wanted to? So that answers Pam Tice Newman and Mathilda von Banheischen Schneider's question. And they asked that question when they wanted to come into the group, what should they buy? And many, many, many people have come into the group looking for advice on what they would buy, what other people might recommend. And so this is a little training on that. And a little side note, I would like to say thank you and have a little shout out to these follow members: Cheryl Kruger, Sally Spencer, Wanda Wainwright, I got braces in, Wanda Wainwright Newbury, Christy Davis, Lisa Farley, Marsha Franz Anima, and Deborah McCracken. That's a great name, McCracken. That's a good name. I do like that. I like saying that name. I'd like to say thank you to you guys and the others who went to my page and followed me and gave me some extra and boosted my follows. I would never ever ever ask for that. To be fair, I don't care. But Facebook has put a new guideline, and they've been saying that if you don't have if you don't have 100 followers on your page or profile or whatever that thing is, they will stop you being able to go live in your group or go live full stop. So that's the only reason why I asked for it. I would never have dreamt to ask for it, because frankly I don't care about followers and things like that. I'm not interested, but I needed it to be able to serve the group. So, is there any questions? If anybody has anything that they would like to say on what they would recommend in the group, in the viewers? I've never done this before. Is there anything anybody would else like to chime in and say that they would do and offer to the group that might be a good thing for them to purchase? Did I leave something out, or is there something else that you would have? We are all open to hear everybody's questions. Now, did I miss anything? Okay. Nope, I did not miss anything. Oh, all this technology is really too much for me. I rather just sit in my sewing room.
Now you saw this fancy stuff happening here.
Oh, that's my husband. I'm not a ventriloquist. That's my husband saying, talking in the background.
Well, they heard me at the beginning of the video.
Okay. So. Well, firstly, I'd like to thank you all for being part of this wonderful group, and I'm going to go live. I'm going to say, yeah, I want to go live every day for 30 days. Woo, let's do it. Because I don't know if they're going to take it away from me, so I might as well just use it. So if there's anything you want me to cover while I still have the opportunity, thanks, so I'll get to you in a minute. If there's anything that you want me to cover while I have the opportunity, just in case, who knows, it's Facebook, they could do what they want. Let me know, because, should I go live every night at 8? Well, it's 8 o'clock in the evening.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And it's 3 o'clock for you guys. What do you think? Should I do it?
Why not? Let's do it. And then they can put the comments below this video. Then that's some questions we can answer in the next few days.
Thank you. I'll do that. So Sue says, I would look at what size blocks you like and then would get that die strip. Yes. Would look at what block size die strip. Are you saying that... Are you saying that if you have like a 10-inch block, I don't quite... What? Your block size and then get that strip? What did you mean, Sue? Elaborate.
Is it a bob die she's talking
about?
No,
we're talking about cubes and the first things people start with. What? I would look at what size blocks you like and then would get that strip die. Elaborate, Sue. That's a little bit of a conundrum for me. I'm not sure. Yes. Well, I would absolutely 100% recommend that 12. And the other thing to mention is, oh yes, she's answered the question. She says, Sue says, I like the 5 and the 6.5. I love the 5. The 5 strip is perfect. You whack that on. That's a great border. Whack it on.
Whack it on.
Whack it on, and it's a great border. Also, you can cut 5 and I think 5